and welcome back to Oakley Hour and day 3. Gosh, it's going quick, isn't it, of our Detective Famous Agency. Yesterday we completed a bookshelf. I kept calling it a desk, it's a bookshelf. Completed that yesterday. We also did the filing cabinet, and we made some boxes and put stuff in them, so we got rid of some of our small stuff. Today we are going to get straight on because we've got quite a lot to do and I want to try and get as much done as possible, so we are going to now make a desk. Alrighty, got quite a few pieces in here. This is all to do with the desk. Got some decorative pieces. Some of them I have labelled on the back with numbers if I wasn't sure or felt it could get confused. Let me sort her out again. She waits. Come on, young lady. Oh, she's had her treats today. She's had some exercise. She's lying down now. Have some cute items. That one's not as sanded down as I would like. And how is your day going, everyone? You having a good one? That's another little item. We need the last 4 of our files. And we need 5 little posters, which are all going to sit on the desk. Again, this probably would drive me nuts. A couple of plain pieces, nothing on them. So first things first, we are going to take this piece. Hold on. So I covered her up. Some noise was outside. She got up, knocked my trash can over. Okay. So we have it facing. Oops, wrong piece now. Have it facing this way. And the K19, this one is going to go this side, and it's just going to go in like this. It's incredibly loose, surely it's not. Is the right piece. This is K19. That's not big enough hole. So K18 I can understand. I think I've got this upside down. There we go. No, it can't have. It's got to be this way, surely. I think they've just labelled it the wrong way round, or I think it's the tops. Never mind, get it right in a second. So K18 goes on here. I thought I was trying to put them in the little holes down here. Hold on, she's back again. Funny thing was, she was all quiet before, and directly I put the camera on and she's like, oh no, don't like that idea. And then this one, I don't feel like it's going to go in here. I think it goes around the back. Well, they both go around the back, don't they? Let's get some glue on that. A little bit of wood glue. First time using the wood glue today, so yeah, works. And put a bit on here too, just by the tab. Make sure they are in proper. Right, next we are going to put, so I know that this piece, whoops, totally missed on my pin. Okay, I know this piece, let me turn the page anyway, this piece with this one is going to go like so, and this one goes with this like this, and then this goes right on the inside, so I think I'm going to put this in first. Let me just see where it's trying to go, because I think it'd be difficult to get at. Oh, I don't know that I could do it yet. I think I have to put this other piece on. I think I have to put this piece on first. Okay, so again, we'll put a little bit of glue on there, especially as I haven't even got my pin in yet. Just because I don't know how tight this one will be either. Okay, this one go in here. and then it's this one that goes into. I just think it's going to be really tight if I do it the other way around, when you've got all the sides on in front of it and everything. So this one is going to go through. There's a big slot here and a little one over here. So this one's going to go in here, like so. This one I can imagine you'd be able to do afterwards, but not the other one. We will see. We will see how easy it is, and in fact, before that glue sets, oh, it might be too late. It's a very tight fit. Okay, come off. I'm actually glad it's not all together right now. So this one will go like this, like so, and then this one like this in here. We will see if it's a good idea to change it in this direction. I just can't imagine that it could be easy to struggle to do this once it's all together. Okay, that's an incredibly tight fit, so I don't think we need to worry about any glue for that. Let's pop these back on there. Goes in here, and then this one, a bit more glue because a lot of it would have soaked in as we saw. It didn't want to come out. And this one goes in here, and this one in a small hole on that side, and that is how that looks. This one needs some glue as well. See if I can squeeze some down the bottom, like so. Okay, let me get a pin in this and then it won't dry up, even though I know we're going to use it again very soon. Alright, so like I say, it does not get you to put this bit in first, but I just think it's going to be really difficult to do after the effect. We will see if that's a sensible decision, not. Right, okay, next we are going to put some decorative pieces on. So we have this one. Did I mark it? I know I marked some of them. This one's 26. Looks like it's these weird looking ones. So this one goes on this side up front. I think we're just going to put glue in it just for the sake of it now, to be honest with you. Some seem really tight and some seem really loose. So let's just put some on. And here too. And the holes in the top here will be to put ornaments on as well. That is putting the pin in the B7000, isn't it? Okay, and this one's going to go in here. And in this top one as well. Beauty of wood glue is that there's still some flexibility. And then I think this other looking weird one is going to go on the other side, but it does look like it's more decorative than this. Maybe it's this one. No, that's 26. So I guess it has to be this one. We won't glue it, just in case. I think it goes here. This one's not as decorative as that one we just put in. Oh, I did glue it already anyway, didn't I? Oh well. Don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so that's how we are looking so far. The next is this piece, the big piece, and that's going to go over here, like so. Pop a bit of glue in there. fill this up anyway soon. Maybe I'll get a new bottle, get a new pin then. Those pins are much better than normal bobby pins in the sense of they can be in that bottle for quite some time before they go rusty. If you use a normal pin that you use for dressmaking or anything, then it doesn't. These definitely could do with some touching up colour wise, probably at the top here too. Okay, so now we put this piece in, which I think would be a lot harder to do. So I've done that, and then we're going to put this front piece on here. What is this piece for, I ask? Oh, I see. It's going this side and into here. Okay. So let's put a little bit of glue in the tab. And then we're going to put this top piece on. I think we're going to need to get some colour on this, guys. I mean, it kind of looks alright on that side, which I don't think the side is going to show. His pin's got a mind of its own. Let's just put it like that for the moment. And then pop that into the hole at the top here. And into the tab. Like so, and then put this in here, and that is our desk made. I'm not even sure that I have a brown that would match this. I seem to be very depleted of browns in my sets that I get. Probably just need to buy individual to get different colour wood with grain effects, and that's how we look. So I could go with this. I mean, it doesn't look as bad actually. I thought it looks, I don't like the top there. But if I don't have a colour good enough, let me go and have a look. Alright, I mean I kind of have three. This one's a no good. This one is close-ish. Maybe I'll do some at the back and we'll see what we think. Otherwise it might actually have been better off to have had black, because I don't think that makes much difference. Or just leaving it. I don't think I got a good enough match for it, so I'm going to leave that. It's going to go towards back. That's why I chose that one, so I'm not going to colour them. Alright, let's put the stuff on. So we are putting a lamp towards the back in here. Generally I've been finding that these do not need glue. Then we are followed by a quill. Here you go. And then we have our desk made, followed by a clock. Really did not want to give that up, did it? And a telephone on this side here. So that's the three I was going to say. Well, go careful with that. That definitely had a wobble. Okay, I think it's okay. Then we need to put on 5 of these little posters. If we can get them on the paper. And 4 of the evidence files. So the posters randomly go around here. And the evidence files go around here. Or I could drop my glue on it. I did that earlier today. I dropped my coffee pot all over the place. Made a right mess. Dropsies today, huh? Okay. So let's put some of these on. I mean, they will kind of say the same thing. This one's needs a trim. There's a white edge showing, which it shouldn't do. And you could design this how you want. I mean, the detective does not seem particularly tidy, does he? She, who knows? They. drawing that one towards the back. He doesn't want that one. Put a plain one at the bottom again, like we did before. And I think the main thing is to avoid the back walls. So keep this for a second. They just kind of do have them stacked, but not necessarily straight either. And something, maybe I'll switch those two around so I've got the red on top, give it a bit of extra colour. I wanted to attach to each other anyway. So just something like that, like he's actually reading them. And make sure you don't go over that back edge. And that, my friends, is our desk, because that didn't take long at all. Looks pretty alright. This one's a little bit on the wobbly side. I mean, I know it fell out when I dropped the glue bottle on it. It didn't break. Said it didn't need it. You come here. Okay. Alright, there we have it. So I think that looks pretty cool. Let's get on with the next part, which is a chair. Again, I'm not able to colour these sides, so it's just not something I'm going to do. So you want your seating, which is this piece, and it only goes one way. You've got a small one and a larger notch. That's seat, and you also want, the colour facing the way I have it, and then you want the colour on the outside. That actually feels quite sturdy, but I'm going to put glue on this side just to make sure. And then you want the colour facing inwards on this one. So both the chairs, a bit like the drawers, they're all facing, the coloured side is all facing the same way. So like so. Just line it up, just put everything in. And because it's wood glue, it's quite flexible. So whether I can line it up is a whole nother story. There we go. So you have painted side here, and the back. And I believe that's what shows is the back of it, like this, something like that. Okay, it is actually quite loose, even this side. Let's see if I can get something back there without taking it apart too much. That might be okay. Alright, one chair. Good. Where did I put that? Just clean this up on this edge particularly, because I think that's going to show. Alright, moving right along, we are now going to I think it's like another bookcase, basically. There was a moth. Got a moth bee in here, and looks like potions. Maybe it's alcoholic drinks. Maybe he's got liqueurs. Maybe he's got he likes it that way. I don't know. So we have this one. That's going to be what the bottles go in. And we want to put in, let's see, we need both the longer sides, and they are facing this one's facing out, then this one needs to be facing in again. So doing the same principle as before. It's the same at the top and the bottom, no difference in height. So let's see. I think this is going to need glue. So you want it that way, and you want each of the shelves this way in. So it's got the decorator side upwards, like so. Just make sure that they are in. They are rather loose, and then put the other side on. Just being aware that they've got need to face the same direction. This one is bigger than those. I don't think that's the right piece. It's this one. Dear. More haste, less speed. I think the other one was for the top actually. This one's for the top. Just work out which way that is. So we want that way and that way. So up this way. So in here. Well, that fits a bit better, doesn't it? Okay. So that's where it's going to sit, no doubt, in the display. And page, which one? Page 7. Right, now our bottles. So there's 4. And these are going to go in the bottom here, but obviously you need to put them in here first. So let's see, I don't know if they need gluing or not, so we're going to just pop a bit of glue in and see which side that they have them. Big old hair in there. Probably where the moth came from. Alright, so let's see. We have, I believe, the purple one is going to go closest to this side. So like so. Then, I mean, I should have wrote on them. I did not. Then this one. Then a skinny one. Up the right way. It has glue on its head. I don't know what these are. What do you think they are? Do you reckon they're alcohol bottles, or do you reckon that they are potions? I reckon he or she or whatever poisons all their clients, maybe. Probably not. I wonder about my head sometimes, honestly, I do. And then this is going to go in, face in, this way, and upright. Too many crime shows. Detectives are kind of notorious that they're going to be smoking and drinking, right? Or gun wielding in these shows. And I'm sure they're not like that at all. I've never known a detective actually in my whole life. Okay, so that is what that will look like. Looks alright. Then we are going to carry on and put some other bits in. We've got some books here. I thought they were going to be paper, but they are not. They're pure wood. So first one we need is this one, which is going to go in here. You're going to want it at the front, so I'm going to try and work opposite this. Actually, I'm going to put it in the right way and then I'll manoeuvre it all. So I'm just getting some wood glue all the way down. And do it the way that they show, and then just push them forward. Okay. So this one is in first, and so. Then followed by this one, like this. Nope, nope, nope. Take that back. That one goes up here. So which one is it? This one. Doesn't look like it's this one because it's the opposite slant, but I think it is this one. Then the little one goes up here. The very boring ones go over here. And these ones go here. Of course, the boring ones have all the interesting stuff in. And then they can all fall out. Okay, let's try that all again then. This one was going in here. I will do it standing up. Really, it's best to do it from the back. If you can remember which way around they are meant to go, and you make sure all your books are the right way, you're better off doing it from, feeding it in from the back so that you have them even at the front, because that is what you want to do. You want them even with this front edge. So like this one, we want even with the front edge. All I have to do is remember what's going where, and we would be okay. So this, the boring ones, will go here. Right, so the boring ones are there. It probably doesn't matter. You can probably design it as you want anyway. The other side of these ones are not these little ones. That goes the same side as that. Is that the right way up? Yeah. Then the long one goes on here, like so. And then therefore this one will go down here. And we give those a moment and then we turn them over and we will be ready to move on to the next. Doesn't have anything going on the top there. And next we are going to do, but I'm going to give this a few minutes, we are going to be doing some bottles, lots of bottles and their shelves. So we have 3 to do. And then we have the coat rack. So I'll be back in a moment. Alrighty, so that's had a time to sit. That's okay. And the only one that's not quite on the edge is this one down here. It's kind of got a gap down there, but that's okay. All the rest look pretty good and tight, so that's done. Right, next we are moving on, like I said, to several different shelves with different bottles on. So pretty much the same principle, but all of these have ends to them. So we need to be sticking the ends on the end, funny enough. So you want it that the longer part is going to be at the back of the shelves, and then that will go against the wall. So first of all I'm going to put the bottles in. So there's, for this one there's 3, which is going to be the red one, the skinny one, and that one on the end. So I'll get some wood glue going for that, and I'm going to get some wood glue going on these ends as well. And it wants the picture both showing this way, so again just be aware of that. So one on the picture side and one on the not picture side. and a bit of glue in each hole. And this has a rounded edge, which I think is the front. That would be my guess. So these shouldn't take long. And after doing these 3 shelves, I've got one more step that I've pulled, but we might have time. So if the rounded edge is the front, I'm going to want this one over here. I don't even know if it's rounded actually, guys. I think it might be the pattern. I should look. Let me put these in, I'll have a look. Anyway, this one's now the front. Now it's as square as you like, so they're both square edges. Okay, and then you want it with the one the red side is up. You want this on here, like so. And lie it down, actually, it would make much more sense. Especially if I could pick it up. And you just want this dangling down like so. Probably almost easier to put these on in white and then do the flowers, but then, or the bottles, but the problem is doing that if you've got to put any pressure on, you could easily break these sides off. But I think this would work. Just leave that to there. Move on to the next. So again, I'm going to get the wood glue ready on them. So one facing one way and one facing t'other. And this side will be for the shelf. And this one has 4 bottles. Excuse me. Oh, they want to be attached. It really does look like it's rounded at the front because of the way the pattern is. Just this side, not that side. Good old eyes. Okay. And for this one, we want... Let's see what we're putting in first. We are putting in the red in a second one. Okay. The purple long one in the first. The squatty one on the end. And the tall thin one, which has a strand from the form. Still has a strand on this one. And again, I'm just going to line them down to put the ends on. Just want to make sure that they don't fall backwards when you put the ends on. So again, you want it with a picture facing this side, the one with the first purple one, or closer to the red if that stands out more, which it kind of does. And then we'll have a look at these in a few minutes. We'll do the next section and then we'll come back and have a look. And this one went upside down on me, but it's okay. I'll just stick those on the end. And that one is how it is meant to be. And lastly, our third one is another smaller one. So it's going to have 3. So again, this one's more square than the other ones. Okay, don't think it overly matters which way on this one. It definitely looks square. The other ones were more, one side was longer than the other, and these ones are wider as well. That's probably why. The thicker bottles. Okay, and for this one we are putting red on first, followed by the skinnier one. They're definitely thicker bottles, by the way. It's like double the width of the wood, so depth wise they're bigger. and you want the one with the pattern. Let's get it right. Going this way. Gosh, brain's gone. I think I put them on the wrong side. Brain fizzled on me. Put it on here instead. Then one can't go wrong, right? Managed to do the other two without a blink of an eye, and then all of a sudden it all went wrong. Still having trouble working it out. There we go. Oh my goodness. The brain function's gone. Must be lunchtime. See, it makes quite a difference putting that wood glue on for a few minutes before you want to use it, because it kind of makes it a little bit more stickable. So there we go. So they all do have slightly different patterns, but these two are definitely thinner than that one. That one's quite a bit thicker. Right, while those are doing their thing, let's do the coat rack. And that's all I pulled, like I say, but I think we may have time to squeeze in at least one more thing. So we want to have our little coat hangers pointing downwards. So again, I am going to pop a bit of glue into them. And we're going to want our coat to go on one and our hat to go on the other. So, you know, it looks more like a tree stump than a hat, doesn't it? That's what I thought it was at first, by the way. And you want the longer ones to point upwards of these, so that it's kind of sticking up. And again, you want them pointing the same way. So this one's the smaller one of the two, I believe. Yes. So you want the smaller one at the front, as I get them muddled. Smaller one at the front, like so. Again, facing the same way, and the bigger one back here. So it looks something like so from the side. And then we are going to put the hat on the first one, on here. And the coat on, I think it's the other way around. I think it's the hat on the further one. And the coat on the first one. I wonder if it's meant to go on here. No, I think it was meant to go in here. So something like so. I guess when you look at it like that, it kind of looks like a hat. Still looks a bit like a tree stump to me. Right, I'm going to go and pick some more pieces. That will get this time to dry. We're at about 39 minutes right now. So we can at least do, we've got a dartboard and a picture to do next, and some other pictures, so maybe we can get all of that done. Alright, we'll be back in 2 ticks for you. 2 seconds, really. Alright, I think these are pretty much dry. Good enough to move off anyway. So I have picked the rest before starting the walls. That said, we did have 2 accidents where it's going to need a little bit of... So they used 4 darts. I thought the normal was 3 darts. Just my thoughts on this. So you can plonk these, number 20's at the top. You can plonk these when you want. So this one a bullseye, this one a double 17. This one, a double 12. If it was me, like I said last time, I put a dartboard on a triple 20. Last time I put them on, it would be me, I'd be off the board, I'm sure. I used to try very hard. I was not too successful. So you want them all facing one direction. So this is my 20, so I'm going to have that as my guide. So you want them facing this way. Not 100% sure where these are going to go, by the way. But I did think it was 3 darts, not 4. Hello, where are you off to? Oi, oi. Don't blame me if you want to use super glue for this, not the other one. Probably should have left the wood glue to start to take a bit. Right, we'll leave that wood glue a moment. Right, I'm going to do some pictures, one of which, in fact both of them. So this frame had a slight accident here, but it's going to go straight on here, so I'm not too worried about it. Just going to let this wood glue get a little bit more sticky, and then we'll pop that in. That's about where it broke. It's frames, they're a bit difficult, but the worst one is yet to come, which was a break and a half. I think we'll be okay. So just line it up with your clue board, which they write in the description as Q instead of clue, and make sure you have, if you happen to have a broken piece like I, that you line it up as well as you can. Okay, go to one side, and then this one, our world map, just make sure you have it the right way round, like so, and that you line this up as best you can without the lid on, the wood glue, and then hopefully my dartboard would be able to do that. But I could also understand if you want to use super glue for that. My dog. You know, the funny thing is, I'm picking pieces and I don't hear from her at all. She's carrying on sleeping. And directly I talk, maybe it's because when I'm talking to you guys, she thinks I'm talking to her. And that lines up quite nicely with the picture. Gives a nice 3D effect. Let's give our dartboard another go. So let's get this middle one going. And this one. Okay. Upright. It's a bit close, isn't it, really? This other one. Maybe I'll put one towards the back. And one towards the front. Down here. Maybe that'd be better. Because I think this one will just get lost. You're not going to see it from the front. This one can go here. This wood glue does dry clear. Come on. And then lastly, this one, and this wood glue should be a little bit more happier. Bless. Not sure I wanted 4 in the first place. If one had broken and I ended up with 3, I don't think I'd be complaining. Almost there. I know I'm so quiet right now. Concentration. see my shakes, can't you? Okay, and then we are, so this is where number 20 is, so that's going to be the top of whatever wall it goes on. Honestly, if it doesn't take soon, I'm just going to go with 3. I've never known that you play with 4 darts. I'm going to push that over there out of the way. Okay, I think it'd be alright. Next we are doing some picture frames, and we have a lot of them. Some I'm going to cut out after they are on, others I will do as we go. So this really decorative one I had to cut out. Let's you. My dog fell over. And this one's very crooked. Alright, this is weird frame. So I think it's meant to have like gold trim all the way around, and I guess it's seen from this side. However, it only has it halfway. Okay, let's do this. Right, so all I'm doing is, I don't really need to use wood glue. Do I want to? Or shall I pop a bit of tacky on there, which would be nice and quick? The toils of the dartboard. Okay, so some of these I'm just going to cut out after they're set, so give them a few minutes and we'll get them cut out. Others, like the one I'm going to do first, which is the gold one, is already cut out, so I was going to put a little bit of tacky. That dart has bloody fallen over again. Bless it, just make sure it's the right way up. And it looks okay from the front. My friend, you're not playing nice. The other 3 have taken. Just that one. Alright, then we will put on this one. So like I said, I'm just going to cut them out after the event. Just make sure they're lined up as best you can. So is there a difference between these 2 frames? No. Okay. And I have another one like that. I don't know where it's gone. There it is. That dart is still up right now, but it's half crooked. We will just go with it. I'm not going to worry too much about it. So really, to cut around, you really want to try and get all your edges. And this one goes on here and line up at the bottom. For me, just go there. Okay, let's get some more tacky. Eventually, come on, we want to get moved on, we want to get that last bit done, because then it means that tomorrow we are on walls, which really feels like we are making progress. Okay, so this little funny looking frame is going to go on this picture here, and this is it's a woman's face, that can't be the top. This has to be the top. So I have to cover up Madam again. She's so cute. It's just like a baby. It really is. Okay, come on then, baby. There you go. She just likes to be under the covers. She's the same in bed. Likes to be right under those covers. This one will go on our flowers. Was it Van Gogh? Van Gogh? Who does the flowers? I think it's Van Gogh. But I think it's pronounced Van Gogh. And like I say, glue will dry clear, so don't worry too much. Just try and get it on as best you can. Unless you cut it out, and then you can probably do it a little bit more perfect. Okay, and then lastly, a nice big frame for this picture. And they all have different numbers on, so I will be numbering it. Well, I think I can tell the difference, but I'm not so sure that you can tell the difference when you put them on the actual walls. Maybe they don't show that information and they say, hey, it's picture 1, picture 2. Okay. And this one's of another bunch of flowers, but I don't know who does this painting. The sunflower one's the most common, isn't it? That everyone knows. Why do you think that became so famous? Because of the author? Because the actual subject isn't great, is it? It's a bunch of flowers. Couldn't most artists do this bunch of flowers, don't you think? Or not? Maybe I am underestimating art, but I am not an artist. Okay, next we have this one that we are going to attach to the paper, and it sits on top of it. And which way do we want it? Let me turn the page. We want it that the darker side is to the top, so we want the, which numbers? X11 here on the top. I haven't got to the bit I broke yet. It's one of the hands. I can let you put you out your misery of guessing. Okay, so we're going to put this on the darker side at the top here, and again, so as best you can. And then we are going to, I'm going to let these sit, get them all cut out, add our hands and part hands, and we will call it a day. And tomorrow, very excitingly, we will be starting on walls and getting some of our little bits and pieces involved. Alright, we've done quite a lot today so far, so we've got about, oh gosh, we're 53 minutes in, so let's get this underway. Okay, let's get these pictures cut out. So I'll cut these out, then I'll just do the rest. So it probably is important that you name the number, the backs of them, because looking ahead, when you do the walls, it does just have the number of the painting, so it's going to make your life a little easier. It doesn't show which ones they are. Well, it kind of does, but it's not a very good picture. So just going to do that to all of them in a little bit. Just leave those to one side for a moment. They are all dry, and I'll get them all done and labelled before we finish. But let's get on with our clock. So I didn't pull this piece because I'd forgotten it. However, this should be good enough to go around. I have not put a new blade in, but we should still be okay. So the easiest way I find to do circles, even with scissors, is just to go around almost at straight edges, but following it round. So it's a little bit off at the bottom here. You can see that. But I think we're still okay. This has a light behind it in the actual model, so that's what that other piece is for. It's to do with lights. So let's see. That's our probably do need a new blade. Definitely looking like I do. Have to replace them every few days. Normally replace them right at the beginning of a new model. I don't normally intend that I'd need to do it halfway through, but it's got a fair chunk of cutting out on this one, huh? A bit at the top here. Okay, so our wood at the bottom is going to go. You need to have the gap on the 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, yeah. So on there, so just go around the edge and make sure you have the gap of the ring so it isn't broken. It is actually designed this way. Very thick wood, by the way. So this is like what those other bottles were for, that sort of thickness. So I'm just going to make sure that it's on the 9 o'clock. Where am I? Ooh, gone too far. So you want it on the gap on his one, like so. Okay, and then we are going to get the rest of this clock done. So you are going to put on your hands next. It's the big hand and the little hand. The big hand is the non-broken one, so you want that, not like that. You want that in here. Don't think it matters the time, because is that the right way around? K3, K2. I don't know. I think so. So they've got it at, gosh, it's actually difficult to tell. I don't think it matters where it goes really. So I'm just going to plonk mine in here with a bit of wood glue. Might have to fix that other one first. I have a feeling I will. So I'm going to have it somewhere like that so it shows. And then this one, bless it, put a little bit of wood glue on the back here first. It's separated from the frame when I got it out. So we got the cover for it, just not the main part. Just seeing how this is going. I wanted to try and slot in, really. Again, a fix like this is probably easier to do with super glue than what I'm doing. Okay, and we will have the little hand. I can't think of how a normal clock is, whether you have the little one first or the bigger one. I'm going to have it kind of towards the top, I guess. It's just coming up to the hour, so something like so. And we're going to prop that up. So let me do this. And then you're going to add your two wheels. I don't think there was a spoke to put in it. Makes me wonder the way it's looked at, but I don't think it was. Kind of makes it seem that way because it's got the hole in the middle. But I think it's literally the hole in the middle. And this is never going to work, is it? I'm just doing mine in different directions. And I'm going to prop that up because it's never going to stay balancing like that. I've seen if I've missed like that there was a piece that was meant to combine it together, but I'm just not seeing that. So I'm going to leave that for a moment, get the others cut out, get them labelled, and we will be done for today. Alrighty guys, so done this, done our chair, seems forever ago now, doesn't it? Done our 3 shelves, which we will be using. One of the first things we're going to use. Used our coat hat. I think this was meant to be a lot flatter than what I have it, but it is done. We have our map of the world. I really like that. We have my dartboard. Kind of cute though, huh? Got our clue board there. We have one of our pictures all labelled on the back with numbers, so I know which ones are which because we will be using them all tomorrow. I think all, most, gosh, made me jump, almost jumped out my skin. And then we have our clock, and how's that doing? Oh, it's because I put something on her chair. Bless, my goodness. Let me see what I have to live with. I don't like that this is so wobbly. We will see what we do with this. I might end up putting some super glue on it. I'll give a chance for the wood glue, but failing that, then it will have super glue on it. Not liking it. Alrighty, okay, so that's what we've done for today. So thank you very much for joining me for day 4. We are starting on the walls, and we are going to should be flying along in reality. I don't think I've got a music box, but if I do have one, or you have one, now will be the time that you will be installing it. So thank you very much for joining me. Any comments are much appreciated. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I appreciate everyone who has, and continue to support the channel as well. It is important to me, and it means a lot. So most of all though, take care of yourselves. I know this video has gone on more than an hour, so sorry about that, but we got a lot done and we can start on walls. Very, very monumental day really. Okay, take care guys, bye.